Hello students, in this tutorial we are going to discuss about the sign of product and quotient of two expressions. So let's understand from the start. We can write two numbers which has same sign, let's say 5 and 3. Both have positive sign. If we multiply them, then we'll get, of course, a positive product 15, which is also positive value. If the sign is negative, let's say -5 multiply -3, in this case also we'll get positive value. Okay, how about the sign is opposite, let's say -5 and +3, it will give us a negative product. Similarly, we can write 5 into -3, the similar results. So these are the four alternatives that can be happened during solving the inequalities. What if we divide, let's say 5 divided by 3, both are positives, that means we'll get positive number. And if both are negative, -5 -3, both will give the positive equal to 5 by 3. Both will give us the positive quotient. Now, what if they are different? I mean opposite sign, -5 by 3 or 5 divided by -3. Both case will produce negative quotient. So remember this sign because this is very important during the quotient analysis, during the inequalities problem solving. So now let's write the expression by a letter A and B, and we can simply say if A and B both are positive or both are same sign, either negative or positive, it will always produce positive number, that means greater than 0, right? Here we can see for both cases either positive or negative will get positive value. Similarly, if we divide A and B, A divided by B, and their sign is saying either positive or negative, in this case also will produce positive results which are greater than 0. And we know 0 is not either positive or negative, so of course it's excluded. And another situation, if A and B signs are opposite, here sign are same, and our second case sign are opposite, so in this case we'll get the product is less than 0. And if we divide A divided by B, so as their sign is opposite, it will always produce less than 0. So these are the two cases which are very important to remember. Now what we have to do is, if a problem is given to you to solve, like a inequality problem, then first of all what we have to do is analyze the sign, analyze the inequalities. Let's say if we write an inequalities like x minus 2 and x plus 3 greater than 0. In this particular case, you need to find the intervals where x minus 2 and x plus 3 have the same sign. Okay, I'm writing here. If sign is different, that means this statement cannot be true. If sign is different or opposite, then the product of these two expressions, x minus 2 and x plus 3, would be less than 0. So as the statement given like this, greater than 0, then sign of them, x minus 2 and x plus 3, must be same. Our second statement is x plus 1 and x minus 4 less than 0. So the quotient of these two expression x plus 1 and x minus 4 would be less than 0 when this case. That means sign is opposite. So what we have to do is we need to find the intervals. You need to find the intervals where x minus 2 and x plus 3 have the opposite sign. So I can give you some suggestions whenever you will find this kind of problems, this kind of inequalities, fractional inequalities especially. There are three in general steps to solve the problems. They are: number one, first you need to find the critical point. So what are the critical point? I will discuss it in next tutorials when I will solve a problem, and then I will discuss it. You have to then divide the number line, like one-dimensional system, into intervals based on these critical points. Let's say here is a one-dimensional coordinate system. Here is the 0. So in this case we have to find out which intervals is valid for the expression, for the statement given earlier. So Let's say for a number -1 to +2, this is also 1, -1 to 1, for these values some statement can have opposite sign, right? So we have to understand whenever we do solve a problems, if they're opposite sign, for this case we are looking for some values for which both expression x minus 2 and x plus 3 have opposite sign. We're looking for this range on the graph. So first we need to find the critical point, and then we have to look onto this graph. So for this case in particular, if I draw like this, it was written here x minus 2 and x plus 3, x minus 2 and x plus 3. So these two expression gives us critical points which are x equal to 2, and for this case x equal to 3. So 3 and 2 is the critical points actually. 0, let's say this is 2, this is 3. So these two are the critical points for the expression here written. So I will discuss in details whenever I will solve a problems, so don't worry. Right now I just give you an idea. Okay, our third option is analyze the sign of each expression in each intervals to determine where the inequality holds true. So final cases, we have to analyze the sign. Analyze the sign. We have to analyze the signs of expression to a better understanding. So thank you so much for listening. We'll do some more theoretical analysis in next couple of tutorials on these topics, and then we'll do some problems, and also there will be some quiz so you can attempt to solve them, and I hope this will be helpful for you. So finally I would like to say thank you for listening and be prepared for next tutorials. Goodbye.